Alright, so last week I did a full sim. I'll get into the deets about how that went, but we'll save that for later in the video. Anyway, let's just concentrate on this week. This week is going to be the first of the main block, which is going to be 4 weeks long. The focus for this block is going to be about building endurance, in particular focusing on threshold endurance. So the plan for that, I'm going to be trying to maintain my current mileage or improve on it weekly. Working on HYROX specific stations, so a lot more sort of like skill work. And I'm going to be incorporating brick sessions because I need to improve how my body works under duress. Took a look at the 4 weeks that I planned out and whatnot, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm bricking it because I don't remember putting in some of the stuff that I put in. It's just bare work. It's just 6 days full on, and I still got to do like growing up stuff and all that in between. So yeah, stress. Anyway, let's crack on. Calm. Week 1 of block 2, so we're back down to the lowest percentages. Easy. 125.5, top lift for 5, no belt. We do this all day. Maybe the 1 or 2 weeks I shoot, that'd be a problem, but for now, let's keep the party going. Whoops. Fine. The weight itself did feel a bit heavy. I'm like really tired. Lower back is still hurting from deadlifts the other day, Monday. But yeah, I almost put a belt on today, but just firmed it anyway. But yeah, regarding the weight itself, it is normal, but it is fine. But yeah, just tired. Let's carry on. All right. So onto the sim. Now, if you're not aware what one is, it's just literally running the entirety of the race, all 8 stations, all 8 runs in order at training intensity. So, full send, maximum effort. Now, V is coming off a strongman competition like a day or 2 ago, so she's still pretty much recovering. So we agreed that instead of doing 1K runs, 500-meter runs is fine in between the stations. And we were thinking to aim for a time, but on the day we just said, you know what, let's just finish and then get some notes, go back to drawing board. So that's fine. Now, going into this, there were 2 stations that I was kind of apprehensive about, for a lack of a better term. Burpees. I hate burpees. Burpees. Don't like them whatsoever. And if I ever find out who decided to add jump to the end of burpees, I'm inviting them around the corner for a straighten up. Second is wall balls. Now, I thought I'd be fine with this, but then after experiencing 9 kg balls crashing down in your face, I said what I said. Yeah, I'm a bit apprehensive about those 2, but yeah, let's go take a look. Well, that's that. So after the run, sat in the car thinking about it. How did that go? Couple takeaways. So first thing first, I think it's imperative any training session now that involves runs, it's at 1K, not at 500 meters. 500 meters is cool for obviously the first time sim effort or whatever, but no, I feel like it's imperative in order to ensure that I'm properly stressing my body to get the adaptations required. The runs need to be 1K because I was finding that even at 500 meters, like by like let's say the fourth one, we'd walk before starting to run, but then the distance we were walking just slowly crept up. So it was just like 50 meters, 75, 100, 150, and then get running. So that's going to be a huge time sink on the day. So yeah, moving forward, really need to lock in on that. And any training sessions on the run up must be 1K. Cool. Regarding the two stations that I wasn't looking forward to, burpee jumps wasn't actually that bad. The first length, no, thank you. It reinstated my hate. But what happened was I adapted how I jumped. So I found out that if I widen my stance and then instead of trying to do Neo in the Matrix, jumping from building to building jumps, I just do like a smaller size jump or whatnot, or just not overdo it. Landing was fine because when I thought I was the guy and doing these large jumps or whatever, I was sliding forward and then momentum was obviously taking me forward and whatnot. And yeah, it was making it very unpleasurable. But I've dialed that in. So that's something I'm going to continue to work on, which I'm relatively happy with how my own phases went after figuring out how to adapt my jumps. Wall balls, though, I've realized like I need to be like 100% concentrated. Like I just need to ignore all the noise going on around me and just fully lock in on the board and the ball. Because what I noticed was as soon as my concentration sort of like wandered, even for like a split second, I'd either be leaning too far forward, leaning too far back, not timing the catch properly, squat depth wasn't correct, and then it would take three or four throws to get back into rhythm. Or even worse, I'd have to stop, reposition. And I also need to kind of figure out what the ideal distance is from the board up top. So I think I'm just gonna watch a few more HYROX events on YouTube. Analyze game tape, understand how far away they're standing, and try and implement that into my play. But yeah, aside from that, not bad. On the running front, I only managed to get one run in this week. Yeah, I know. Increasing my weekly mileage. Anyway, real life got in the way, so I only really got one run in, and it was a brick session. It was supposed to be 10K in zone 2, 4 sets of 500 meters on the ski erg, and then immediately after 2x500 on the rower. But what happened was I went to the gym before work, and what I was determined to do was force zone 2, because as soon as I start running, I'm immediately into 3, coasting between high 3, low 4. Big guy problem. So I was determined to lock zone 2 in, so that meant run walking. So what was supposed to be with 10K turned out I only ended up doing 5, and that 5 was taking ages. Oh god, just run walk, just constant watch running. Like I couldn't get into the flow. I didn't enjoy that run at all. The ski erg though, much better. Like much better. Like some of the feedback I got I got about the ski erg is I'm going too fast. So this week I tried to just slow down, more concentrated, forceful pulls or whatnot, and I feel like it definitely helped because I wasn't as gassed at the end of the 4 sets, and it felt sustainable. And not only sustainable, it was at race pace. It was actually quicker than race pace when I just went for the longer, more sustainable pull. So yeah, that's a win. On the rower though, yeah, I made the mistake of going on in my running trainers again, even though I said I wouldn't do it again. And I was just struggling with my feet in the grips. And not only that, I was tired. So I was doing okay at first, but in the second leg, like, I don't know who the woman was next to me, but shout out to her because she was pacing me, and I think she knew she was pacing me as well. Thanks. If she ever sees this, which she won't, thanks to you, madam. Overall, though, I think it's been a pretty good week. Coming off the back of the sim last week, Made a few observations about weaknesses and areas that need improving. Definitely got an ego check on the running front as well regarding my performance on that overall. But I feel like I've already started to make quick adaptations to try and improve on weaknesses and pain points. Hopefully that pays off as the weeks progress. I'm a little disappointed that I've not got as much running in as I wanted to, but I'm not going to beat myself up about it either. It's just like the aim is just to finish. I'm not trying to go like pro times or anything like that. So I'm not going to say I don't care, but I do realize I do need to make more of an effort, you know what I mean? Because it is going to impact top end performance. I'll probably shoot again in the heaviest week of the training block. And somebody mentioned they want to do another full sim. Now, I'm not going to name no names, but what I am going to say is it wasn't this guy. So yeah, look forward to that too. Anyway, soon come.
メカジャングル